Paula Williams with ABCI. I wanted to introduce our newest workshop and let you know what's going on, what's in it, and how it can be really helpful to you if you are working toward getting more sales in 2021. And this workshop is one of our most requested topics. Everybody wants more video. They're putting it on their websites, they're putting it on their social media, they're sending it in emails, they're embedding it in different things. They are sending postcards that lead to a video. They're doing all kinds of things that make it really necessary to up your game, especially if your competitors are using video and you're just using text. There's a lot of data out there that suggests that people really prefer to watch a video than read a text about the same information. You can convey a lot more information in a lot less time. Aviation people tend to be really visual people. They like to see how things work. They like to see who they're doing business with. All of those things really lend themselves really well to video. So this workshop will be launching on June 15th, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. There is an early bird special. If you want to save $100, you can get in early on this and reserve your spot. So you can go ahead and pre-register for that. The cart's open, so you can go ahead and click through to reserve your spot. If it is after June 15th, then go ahead and do that anyway. You'll have to pay a little more than everybody who got in early, but it's still a really good deal because what we're doing is a done with you program where you're doing some of the work and we're doing some of the work to get you the best results at the lowest cost. Okay, so what's in the workshop? We include some reasons that you should be using video and some ideas of where you can and should use video. Video is one of the most cost-effective tools. In fact, it is the most cost-effective tool other than being there if you happen to be in the same town to build relationships, overcome objections, and educate prospects. So some of the outcomes of this workshop, we're going to determine a sustainable strategy for you for your budget and your resources so that you can add video to your marketing strategy. There are some things that cost a lot, but they get really high impacts. There are some things that get nearly the impact, but don't cost nearly as much. And we'll talk about some of those techniques and some of those ways of producing video that are affordable for pretty much anyone. We'll talk about concepts that will be effective for you and for your prospects. We'll talk about how to create an effective storyboard and a shot list. And a shot list is really just a list of what you need to do, what you need to get from your photographer, or that you need to go out and shoot with your camera or with your, shots that you can get from stock photography, other things that you can do. So we'll talk about what the options are for demonstrating your idea in the most effective visual way. We'll talk about how to shoot high quality clips and stills, some things about lighting, some things about sound, other things that are going to really help you produce high quality, professional looking materials. And then once you get all your shots and your storyboard, then you turn that over to us. We will produce it, a professional video that is 5 minutes or less. It will be very effective and you will be very proud to use it in your sales process. So the prime directive of video marketing, of course, is to show rather than tell. So some of the things we're going to be talking about are how to use a video as a cold introduction, how to use a video in a holding pattern when you've got that client that is waiting for their budget or waiting for approval or waiting for something so that they don't get cold and run off with a competitor or whatever. You keep that relationship warm and keep them in the loop and keep that relationship going. We'll talk about how to use video to build your authority, credibility, and expertise, how to manage expectations, how to use a video to welcome new customers, and also how to use a video to encourage resales, recaptures, and referrals. Reasons that people should renew a subscription with you, or bring back a customer that has escaped to a competitor, and also how to get referrals using video. It's a very, very powerful and versatile tool. If it can do all of those tasks and do them better than what you could do with a letter or with an email or with any other thing that is just text, that is a really cool thing. We'll talk about promo video ideas for aviation companies. So if you haven't really thought of a good way to promote your business, there's lots of them, whether you are a consultant or a broker or a service provider or an FBO or a charter company, flight school. There's lots of concepts that you could use in a video that are really helpful. We'll talk about storyboarding your idea, how to create, what 4 elements are absolutely necessary to have in your storyboard to make sure that that's a complete video and not just kind of a random act of clip. What is the difference between a clip and a promo video? The difference really is that a promo video has a storyboard and an outline, and it's following a process and tells a story and brings your prospect to some natural call to action or conclusion. So we'll also talk about how long your video should be for different purposes and different audiences, things like that. We include the worksheets, so that you can scribble on these and outline your storyboard, your opener, your problem, your solution, your call to action. Get that all out there and write down some ideas for your shot list. What is the best way to demonstrate or to illustrate this idea? Is it with live video, like I'm doing now? Is it with a still photo that you're using maybe a pan on that still photo? Is it with text? Sometimes that's the best way to do it. Is it with a chart or a graph? Those can be very effective in video as well. If you're going to shoot live video or live stills, I guess they're not really live, they're recorded. But if you're going to be shooting video, there are some things that you need to know about shooting steady video, shooting from the best angle, leaving big margins so that you've got lots of space for editing, getting good light on your subject, other kinds of things that are really helpful. And then we'll talk about editing and production. And of course, in the case of the workshop, we're going to be doing the editing and production for you, but we also teach that as well in the workshop. So you'll get all of the master files and the clips and everything else that is produced for this. If we add any still photos or charts or graphs or anything like that, you'll get all of those. So if you want to use those in future videos or remixes, of course, you'll be able to do that as well. Or if you want to work with us on a long-term basis to do your editing and production, of course, we'd be happy to do that. And then we'll talk about publishing your video. How can you get the most mileage from it? Because even if you have a Cecil B. DeMille masterpiece, it doesn't matter if nobody's going to see it. So we'll talk about the best places to publish your video so that it gets seen, and the best ways to publicize that video to get more of the right eyeballs on your video. And then how to measure your effectiveness. So you'll see which of your videos are performing best, which are performing worse, which you should make more of, and which were more effort than they were worth. So that's always good to know. So that's our video workshop. I'm hoping that you will join us, because this is going to be a whole lot of fun, and we're really going to enjoy working with some new clients on their video, or old clients with their videos, and making this a really good experience for you, and using some tools that you may not know existed or maybe didn't exist 5 years ago. So join us for this. It's very cost effective, and it's very powerful marketing. Talk to you soon.